Hey, what's up guys? I am Weaverstein. I am an Eternus Billy player, and I've consistently been in the top 50 Billy players in A. And today I'm going to tell you the new patch breakdown for Billy. I'm going to go through everything in basically one big fell swoop. And the first thing I'm going to go over is the conditional weapon changes. So, items such as point blank have conditional damage, as in being 50 meters close range, you're going to be dealing more damage, weapon damage specifically. Before, this would only apply to your gun and to your raw melees, but now it's going to apply to Bashdown.
Time to smash the machine.
As you can see, I deal 69 damage. When I have this,
You want a piece of me?
I'm doing a lot more. And let's sell that and get like another tier 3.
Good luck.
You can see I'm dealing a lot less damage, but since I have that point blank conditional, it's going to be giving me a ton more damage, and that item was already really good on us to begin with. So other items such as opening rounds and hollow point also apply to this, which I have not run either of these, but I could see a case for them being really good. The second change is melee charge and extension crushing fists. So before, it would used to just eat the cooldown and it wouldn't actually do anything except give you the extra damage from the base 10% melee damage. But now, it actually gives you the 25% bonus damage. As you can see, on base it deals 80, but now it's dealing 100 because it's actually getting affected by melee charge, which is really nice. Okay, now let's go over some of the abilities. So Bashdown got changed a little bit. The tier 2 and the tier 3s got changed to giving you an extra charge, which I think is really nice, because that means we don't need to be running extra charge or rapid recharge now. And because it gives you -2 seconds of charge time, I don't see myself running rapid recharge anymore, as I just don't think you need it, as you just have 3 Bashdowns, and you generally don't need any more of those. I think extra charge on itself could be okay, and you could go rapid recharge on a full spirit build, but other than that, I don't really think I'll be building this anymore. Now, for Ram, the base item, not the base item, the base ability, now gets reduced by 50% on impact. That used to be the old tier 1, and having that on base is really nice. It's on impact, 35% damage got changed to tier 1, but it got reduced by 10% damage, which really isn't that big of a change, as that's less of a damage difference than close quarters would give you. So it's really not that big of a change. And they reduced the duration of the base ability. So in case you didn't know, the duration actually affected how far you went with the RAM. It wasn't range. I know a lot of people didn't actually know that. So it's definitely a lot shorter on base now. And you need to get the tier 2 to get back the old range that you used to have. They also increased the impact damage from the tier 3 to 6.5 to 8%, which is quite a big change. And the spirit scaling on this is really good. So if I just get like Boundless Spirit, now I'm dealing almost 10% damage. Even though that's really good, I don't think that's any better than his other upgrades, which we'll talk about in a minute. I think that the charge could be good on like a full spirit build, but I don't think it would be worth rushing anywhere else. I'm not going to be rushing it. The only things I'll be getting is the first 2 tiers, and I'll be upgrading that last. Now for Blast, it got a decent amount of changes, so now it doesn't actually reduce the fire rate anymore, which is a nerf to his early game. As I said, his early game got nerfed quite a lot, so that hurts. And spirit scaling was also reduced from 0.8 to 0.6. But when we get to tier 3, the spirit scaling actually is better than it used to be, as it's 1.2 now. So a lot of the characters in general from the big balance patch got changed to give a lot of power to their tier 3s, and Billy is one of those characters. So I could see a lot of people rushing Blasted tier 3, which I don't think is bad. And a lot of people are also getting Boundless and more Spirit items on him due to the increased Spirit scaling. I only have Boundless Spirit, and I'm not leveled at all, and it's already giving me 221 bonus health, which is really good. But tier 3 ult and its other tiers are really good. So they nerfed the base ability, and they nerfed its range from 13 meters to 12, I believe, and they made it so you don't get the base resists anymore. But the first tier gives you 40%, which is what you would get when you would get the tier 2 upgrade, I believe. And you need to go to tier 2 to get the cooldown. And they increased the base cooldown of it as well. They increased it, let me see, from 125 to 150 seconds. So that definitely hurts, but the cooldown reduction definitely helps. Brings it down to 100 seconds. I still run compressed cooldown, and we'll go over the full build in a bit, as I think his ult is really good, especially because of tier 3 now. So the tier 3 will be giving you more range than you did before, as before you would have to get a Mystic Reach to increase the range of the ability. And on top of that, they improved the Unstoppable on it. So before you would just get a base Unstoppable duration on pull, but now, you remove some of these bots, you'll actually get more Unstoppable duration
The party's here, pal.
based on how many you pull. So I put 6 Furnaces. Yeah, I know that happens to you every game. And look how long I have. I could just be punching forever. And it's 1.3 per hero pulled. What some people have been doing is actually getting duration on him, as it kind of affects almost everything in his kit. It affects your Blasted, and it affects Rising Ram's damage increase, but I think most people are doing it for the Blasted and chain.
Don't go running off on me.
So if I pull all these people here with Turbo duration, look how long it's lasting. I can just punch people so long. Now I haven't tried running duration yet,
You guys were supposed to be hard.
but I can definitely see a case for it being really good. Okay, now I'm going to go over the build that I've been running with. I found a lot of success with it. Okay. So generally, his early game items I haven't really changed up that much. As you can see, this is pretty standard. I'm actually going to be replacing Resto Shot with Monster Rounds, but it's still a decent item. The biggest thing that changed, as like I stated before, the Life Strike is a lot weaker, but I'm still using it to get my green investment. And these two items are just generally good. As I stated before, conditional damage now affects Bashdown, which is why I'm getting Battle Vest for Enchanter's Emblem. But you can definitely replace this with Enchanters if you think it's better. So we're beginning our green investment first, and then after that we're going to be getting our gun investment. So after this time, after you get about 12k, your Bashdown will be ready to get to tier 3. And this is a really big power spike, because that's going to start affecting melee charge. Afterwards, I like to get compressed cooldown on the ult, because the ult is just so good with the tier 3 upgrades, and the ult is already just a really good item, or really good ability, and I like to have it up more often. These two items haven't really changed that much. You can either get Spirit Snatch or Torrent Pulse for your 4.8k spike.
If you like that, I got some other
That
stuff
doesn't really
to fill
matter.
off the truck.
And after that, it really depends on the game state. So you could grab Torment Pulse, you could grab Spirit Resistance, you could grab one of these greens, one of these items over here. I'm going to clean up this build some more. Oh, yes, I also forgot to mention.
I don't back down from the fight.
Colossus.
Colossus.
Now, when it's active, it gives you 30% more melee damage. Now, I can tell you, you don't need to tell you why that's really good. as this item was already really freaking good. So I don't really have a lot of resist here. I only have 23% bullet resist. So if I
I'm about to smash in
go
their
for
skulls.
process,
Let's dance.
and then I pop my ult, I'm getting a crap ton of resistances.
Sweet.
You want some more?
Now this item was already really good, but now I honestly just think it's core, at least for my build. So I'm going to be running this all the time. And Crushing Fists, I used to buy, but I would never rush it that far. And now it's very good to rush. Well, not to say rush, but get it somewhere until the mid game. I will say, once I get all my investments, as well as
Go out there
pulse,
and impose your will.
this is when I start itemizing more for the game. Like, you can before this, obviously, of course. And I would also like to say that compressed cooldown is a pretty flexible item, as you can get improved spirit.
I won't lie.
If you want to go
I
boundless,
don't know what that does.
you
but my
can
kid
get
says
slowing
all of us
hex,
should buy it.
and you can upgrade that to vortex web. You could even get mystic slow or suppressor to get back the old fire rate if you wanted to go suppressor. And you can also get bullet resist shredder. So the 1600 item is very flexible. I just like compressed cooldown,
Ah, you
as I
have
think it's really nice.
discerning taste.
Everything else here should be pretty self-explanatory. I've yet to run the new weighted shots, but I think it could be really good, as I believe that's what Together is running. Yeah, he's running the new weighted. I would say that overall Billy's early game especially got nerfed quite a lot. Now this is due to, like I've said before, Blasted being weaker early, and you're also being weaker early until you put points in it. A common theme you're going to see across all the characters for this patch is that a lot more power got restricted to the further upgrades, and this kind of hurts Billy even more because his base abilities are already that good. But on top of that, Life Strike got nerfed really hard. This is basically like a 50% decrease in healing. And even if I'm at max boons, it's still worse than what it was before. Before it used to be a 60% heal. I still think that the item is generally good for Billy, as it gives you the most melee damage. So I'm still going to be running it, but Billy's lane is definitely going to be weaker. And overall, I think Billy's lane is just going to be not feeding. I would also like to add that Billy is extremely flexible when it comes to build options, and mine is not the only one. There's plenty of other items and builds that you can try with Billy, and I implore you to try your own and see what you can find that works. Lastly, I just want to say thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I am an employed man and I am quite busy, so I can't really put as much time into content creation, and I'm really new to this kind of thing, so if you made it this far, I truly do thank you, and I really hope you check me out on Twitch. Thank you for watching.